It was great, you know. I had a good week, not just about work, about at all. And yeah, it was amazing. How about you?
Yeah, it was a really nice week. A little bit exhausted, but it was good, I think.
That's good.
Uh,
It means
yeah,
that the week was productive.
yeah, it's challenging, but as you said, it was productive. At the same time, it was good, but it was challenging. Uh, what about you, Felipe? How was your week? Was it good?
Good evening, guys. Yes, I had a busy week, I would say. I am in, in progress in a big project, so because of that, I'm working a lot.
Is Yeah, it's a problem. Um, Talking about projects tonight, our topic is about career. So we will discuss a little bit about projects and things from of work. So I think I will share with you all the questions. And what you wanna do? You wanna still here with four people, or do you prefer something challenging with two people per room?
For me, in this room, main room for us,
Okay, just one room.
just one.
Um, Great.
Well,
So we can.
just a thing. The Philip said that we are live on YouTube. I I realize it now. So just
Yeah, it's
yeah, yeah.
it's bright in here. The YouTube things, the YouTube icon. Okay, so let's start. Please, Philip, introduce yourself. And how did you choose your career path?
Good evening, guys. My name is Felipe Lira. I am 46 years old. Um, Currently, I'm living in Recife with my wife and my daughter. I work as a network and security analyst. And that's it. About the question, how did you choose your career path? What's a planned decision or something unexpected? Uh, I work in IT. I work in IT about 15 years now. Before that, I have worked in a factory, and I have realized a big lack of professional in IT, and I I like it. I have liked the IT area, and because of that, I did some courses in the IT area, and I was take some certification and took a better job. I will increase in the career, getting getting other opportunities, and increase the salary. It was good to me. In few years, I increased a lot in the IT area. It was planned, a planned decision.
Yeah. Yeah, IT, it's a big area. So how did you choose the specific area from IT?
So I'm networking professional. So I saw in a factory a lot of devices connected, and in my mind, I I thought that in the future we need more and more devices connected around the world. Because of that, I choose this specific area, network.
Amazing. What about you, Everton? Please introduce yourself. And how did you choose your career path?
Hello guys, I'm Everton and I am 43 years old. I'm living in São Paulo. I am Mineiro, but I live in São Paulo. I am married and have a daughter. Uh, I work with IT and I make it all my career in IT and I study IT at technical college and degree and post degree in IT. And nowadays I work in a commerce commerce brand, and I am a coordinator, uh, coordinator of the commerce. Uh, I am responsible about features and other things. Uh, I choose the IT because when I was a little guy, I liked it a lot to fix computers but the PC and I don't know the word desmontar the PC and the other things and like the career and later I started to make a little programs little software by curiosity and the other things and started studying technology school and later uh, I am intern in the other things and today I am a coordinator in the company.
No other choice, just this.
Basically.
Amazing. What about you, Elton? Please introduce yourself and how did you choose your career path?
Okay, so hello guys, my name is Elton Teixeira. I am 31 years old. I've been working as a software developer, more specifically a Python developer. So I've been building robust and scalable applications using frameworks like Django, FastAPI, and JavaScript. Oh, I mean React.js, because nowadays I am become a full stack developer. What else? Outside of work, I'm a father. I like to ride my motorcycle. I like to travel around, and I like to work in some side projects as well. Yeah, that's me, guys. About the question, I don't know. I believe that what the reason that I choose the IT area, it was because I played a lot online games online games I mean using the computer because I when I was young I just had a computer. I hadn't a video game, So yeah, I played a lot online, and I believe that it was the main reason to choose the area, But about to be a programmer, I don't know exactly. I believe that it just happens because when I started in my career, I was support, and I started to learn a little bit about programming to create some websites, because uh, I played the Tibia when I was young, so I needed to create a how can I say that? Tibia server. So I needed to create as well a website. So I started to know more about programming, about web designing, And yeah, I learned a little bit about Lua program language to configure, the things. And yeah, and when I need to confess that when I did my graduation, I'm graduated in computer science. When I did that, I hated programming. It wasn't my how can I say that? It wasn't my beat. Isso não era minha praia. So yeah, I finished the graduation without know very well how to program, and I learned that much after the graduation. Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, it's interesting because especially at the university, there are some specific areas that we don't like. So, for example, when I asked Philip about the area that he's choose, it's exactly because of this. As all of you here, I work as a team, as data analyst, and when I finished my graduation, I just was okay, what the hell I will do now? Because there are many options. So I I have no idea what follow. So I just um started my master's degree, and I decided, okay, I don't want to do any other postgraduated or anything else. I don't want to become a doctor or anything like this. And I decided, okay, now I want to work with data. So in that moment of my life that I decided. So I finished a graduation, a post-graduation, and then I decided what I wanted in my life. But before this, I was Jesus Christ. I have no idea what to do with my graduation.
Yeah,
uh,
just a
but
thing, I had almost the same problem, but when I finished the graduation, I was thinking, oh my gosh, and now what I need to do? And
Mhm.
I was trying to choose post graduation, but I wasn't at the area in that time, and I asked for some people, and they said to me, oh, you need to work first of all. And after that, you can choose a post graduation, because sometimes you do something that you don't like,
Yeah. I compare IT a little bit in medicine. You study in a graduate, you study all of subjects, but in the end, you need to choose a specific area to specialize.
Totally. I agree.
yeah, and uh, let's move on to the next question because it's pretty similar about this. What do you enjoy the most in your area, Elton? Because Philip works with network. Do you work with full
Program.
stack?
Yeah.
And I work as data analyst, and Everton is a coordinator. So please give us a job, Everton. I'm
And I
just
hope
just
you
kidding.
do the
So yeah, so what do you like the most in your area, Elton?
Well, I believe that I like the freedom, the freedom is not, our area is very dynamic, we are all the time solve a new problem, learn a new thing, and it's not a massive area that you are every day write the same thing or even doing the same thing. And yeah, I believe that it can be great for us, because we are improving all the time. We need to be up to date. And yeah, I believe that when I was young, I was remember now, my dream, it was, oh my gosh, I love computer. I need to work at home, using just my computer. So yeah, I could realize that. And for me, in that time, it was I don't know, an impossible thing to do, in my in the current situation that I was living, because in that time I how can I say that, I I didn't know anyone that worked like that, So yeah, the chance that the thing that I can work from anywhere for me, it was it's one of the best thing that I think, you know.
I totally agree. And what about you, Everton? What do you enjoy the most?
Uh, I agree with you, Elton. The dynamic, the challenges, I think in IT area it's very good. The dynamicism, I don't know if it's correct, but because day by day you have a different challenge. I started my career with a developer. I developer in PHP, uh, ASP Classic, .NET, and the other things. And now I am a coordinator in e-commerce. Talking about my specific moment, I like so much to work with e-commerce because it's very challenging because you need to mix the things and inventing new things to increase your your sale, to attract more consumers to your website, and how how I can solve a problem when a consumer have a problem with a product and start a conversation in e-commerce, and the conversation go to the service department, and all the points, how we can connect all the points and have datas and solve the problem, how I how I can solve the problem to Leo don't have the problem in situation. It's very dynamic. I think it's very good and interesting. In IT area, some days are difficult because you need to work a lot and enter the night and other things. But the dynamism is very dynamism and challenge. I think the both things is very great for me to work and study and make my job.
Yeah, and I used to say to my leader that whenever we have just pieces of me because every time we have a new challenge in, and we basically never been in our comfort zone because it doesn't exist.
Yes, in IT area, comfort zone doesn't exist because all the time the company needs to sell more and invent the other thing and the other and they configure the new system. You need to connect the system, the new data and the other things. It's very very difficult, but it's good.
Do you want to say something, Alton?
No, I was thinking here. I believe that sometimes I think that it exists, you know, because there are some people that you know live I don't know the same year for 10 years, you know. They are in a company that they are not learning anything more, you know, so they are in the comfort zone. And yeah, I believe that sometimes we have this problem. We need to think a lot. So, man, I'm here 2, 3 years, I'm learning. Or I need to find a new challenge, you know. I like to think about it sometimes.
Yes, there are some companies that has this problem for real. And what about you, Felipe? What do you like in your area the most?
Yeah, it's like a profile, no? I have a professional profile that I like to learn new things, new technology. Technology is evolving all the time. I like this area because of that. It's not repetitive things. I am in contact with different clients, different customers, different networks, protocols, and I need to design a plan, different plan, migration. I like so much because of that, as Everton and Elton said, the dynamism. The area is very dynamic, but it's have a price. I need to, for example, study a lot. Because of that, we need to study a lot, but it's part of the area, the area. That's it, my friend.
Yeah, definitely. We always need to be updated.
Yeah.
And Everton, one interesting thing. How was your how was changing from a technical job to a manager job? Because now you are a coordinator, so you do not work, I think you do not work program anymore. So how was that for you?
I think it's very difficult because I need me in my career. I always have a preoccupation with don't have a gap to talk with developers because when you are a manager, you need talk to develop to programming to make something. But I have a preoccupation the developer doesn't me enrolar, for example, and talk and study a lot programming. But it's very difficult because when you doesn't program, you don't need to get your hand in the masses in the job. It's very difficult to maintain the knowledge. You you will stay down when you compare with the developer guy, for example, and the is very difficult to talk because I passed in a situation, for example, when I worked in a big company, a consultant company, and I worked with very with many developers. They have a big ego and you are my manager, but I am better developer than you. Oh, of course, I am manager. I have other responsibilities, but it's very difficult to talk and how you manage the situation. But the thing I try it's study programming. For example, in this moment, I study Python to understand the other things and don't freezing my brain in the past to try to talk in the same level with the developers, for example. But it's very difficult to in the beginning of the coordinator or manager job. It's it's cool because you you are a developer for few years or few days, few years ago. But when you stay in this position for many years, you uh, you are not updated. It's very difficult to maintain updated and but I try use my relationship and manage a team and how I'm not expert in developer, but I how I can use my management skills to to make my team work better, for example. I don't know if you understand because it's many things, but how I can use my management skill to support my fault in developer, for example. I don't know you understand, but something like that.
Yeah, I got your point. Yeah, and sometimes I am an analyst, so sometimes we have this position of, oh, I'm an analyst and I know more than my leader. Okay, you know more about this skill, but she has many other skills that you do not have. So because of this, she is your leader. Just because of this.
Yes, I have a point and a phrase I try to have with me in all my career is I think all the people have um, uh, a, mo motivo to stay in the the cargo. Sorry, I am, but I think all the people have the the thing the why my leader stay in that situation because they have the way to go there, something like that.
I totally forgot how can I say auto? How can I say cargo in English?
Role,
Row.
maybe.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
correct.
Yeah, thanks. And what about you, Elton? Do you want to become a manager someday, or would you like just stay programming and that's okay for you?
Well, I think a lot about it. I believe that both, you know, I would like to become a manager one day. I believe that it- it's one of the reason that I'm here. I'm improving my English. I am improving the communication at all, you know. And you know, here on Talking Talk, we learn more about leadership, about communication, like I said. And yeah, it can be good for us to develop ourselves, you know, trying to guide more people uh, but first of all, currently I'm a mid-level, so you know when I become senior, I will need to guide the mid-levels, the juniors, you know. So I need to develop these abilities right now. And yeah, beside that, you know, I have a lot of challenge to I've been facing a lot of challenges because you know we need to be up to date all the time and you know the more I learn the more I realize how much I don't know, you know, because man, it's a hard area, you know, and you can't be a master in everything, you know. You need to choose a tool, and the other ones you just need to know the superficie, I think, the superficie, I don't know, or have a superficial knowledge about that, you know. And yeah, maybe one day, who knows? I don't know exactly, but maybe, yeah, I'd like to become some kind of uh, oh, I forgot the words now.
Manager.
Yeah, manager. Thank you.
Great. Yeah, in my case, I'm just like you, but I think I don't want, especially to me, it's really hard to be in many meetings. I do not like to talk every time with people, so I like to do my work, sit and solve things, but stay in not in many meetings I don't like. What about you, Felipe? Would you like to become a manager?
I don't know. I confess I prefer to manage a device than people, but uh, in where I work, I am a senior position, so because of that, I manage some junior, not manager, but I help. Well, I say I help some medium and junior analysts, but to working as a specific manager, for example, now you not need to worry about technical things. You are only need to think about manage people. I think it's I don't have this profile, no.
You do not like people, just like me.
Because it's we need to have. I have patience, no, but I am a patient guy. But I don't know, man. I like so much these configure things, projects, make plan to migration, things like that. I prefer it than how can I say, as I said before, the manager people, no? It's difficult to me.
Great. And Everton, help out, please. What skill do you think that is the most relevant in your work?
I think the most skill, I think how you uh, how can you help the people, the, the 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 professionals in your area, in your team, and how can you read the other person? I don't know is the correct word, but it's very important. For example, if Elton is in my team, for example, Elton is a great Python programmer, for example, but Elton have a skill and type, a specific type. How me, how manager, how I can choose the best words, the best time, the best thing to leader Elton, to help Elton to grow in career, for example, how tips I can do, how when I can stay up to Elton to work more hard, for example. No, in this moment I need to make I need to be more easy. Now I need to be more hard, something like that. I think my 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 technical skill is not so hard, so hard. How is Elton? Elton is a specific.
Especially
It's a specialist in Python, for example. I'm not a specialist, but I have other. I talk with the leader to uh, don't encher o saco de Elton, for example, and I need make this midfield to balance the parts throughout the work well, and the director, for example, understand the guy need to work well to deliver the job. I think you balance this point is very difficult to understand. And when you get a guy in your team for you, for example, oh, I know more than my leader. Okay, I know you know more than me, but I I know talk with people. You don't like talk with people. I am in a call. You don't need to enter in a call. Uh, I will do this to will we do your part calm, for example. I don't know you understand, but balance this point is difficult.
Yeah, I got it, and it makes sense. It was great. It's like how can you extract the best of me, you know? And
Yes, yes. Sorry interrupt you, but when I started a leader, a manager or coordinator, I understand how I can uh, get the best in the people. Elton is not good in call or other thing, but it's the best program I have in my team. How can I use this? And uh, Learning how can I read the person and use the best in the person in my team, for example. Something like that, guys. It's difficult to explain, but something like that.
I got it. Thank you for the advice.
Yeah, I got it. And it was just an example that I know more than my leader. This is not the real life, okay, guys? And one interesting thing that I also understand about you, Everton, that communication it's one of the most important things. And Everton, how do you develop this skill? I think that I have this perception that soft skills are harder to learn than hard skills because okay, I can learn Python, so I will practice, I will put it in my daily life, in my daily routine, and can I can increase this. But a soft skills, it's something so particular that it's hard. So how do you develop those skills, Elton?
Oh, in my case, I don't know exactly, but I believe that we need to expose ourselves, you know. It have been helping me a lot. Like I've said before, not today, but currently I've been organizing some in-person events here in São Paulo, and it have been helping me a lot to have contact with other developers, to improve my communication at all, you know, and even to learn how can I talk about IT subjects at all, you know, because there you will find you will meet a lot of guys from IT areas, but the IT areas is widely, you know. So there are developers like here now. There are developers, there are guys from the infrastructure, there are leaderships, and you know, you need to learn how to deal with each person. And it has been good. And by the way, in my current position, I'm trying to how can I say that? I'm trying to get the initiative to you know to push us developers to do some presentations about specific topics, you know, and I like to say that it will help us to improve our communication at all. I like to talk about it with my coworkers, you know, because I believe that the most part of the developers uh, have this kind of problem about communication, you know, especially now that about the pandemic, about the time that we are at home alone, you know, and it's just you and the computer. And in my case, I live alone, and you know, to say a word, I need to talk to my dog. You know, for me, yeah, for a long time, I loved that, but I could realize that my communication was, you know, getting worse. So I'm trying to work on that nowadays. And yeah, I really believe that communication, it's one of the best communication skills that you need to have, you know.
Yeah. Um, you said you talk with your dog, and I can imagine you talking English with them. Shut up, dog.
I say that sometimes.
Great.
I think Elton said a thing, important thing. The work alone in by home office, for example, is very good. For many years, I like it so much this, but in the a few years ago, I am I I realize I need to talk more with other people's other now in my work now I need to go to the office 2 times, for example, and I like this because I think the social time is important. I don't know when you developer maybe this doesn't works, but when you manager and I think when you intern developer or other thing, I think all the people need the social communication, go to work, talk with people, go out to lunch, and go out to coffee and talk about a little problem is very different talk in person that you talk by a call, for example. You create real connections with other people, and I think it is very important. Uh, Mostly when you go to the manager role, for example, is very important to know how you can talk and read the other people. And I understand you like you like home office, but I think this tat by tat, I don't know the word, is very important to improve your skill, soft skill, to talk, to understand other people.
I will say that I disagree. I will say this and I will ask to Felipe, how can we solve this? So, Felipe, today we have this challenging that's connecting people by internet. We do not work with people anymore. So, how can we feel connected with them?
In technical or or how can I you connect to people? How can we connect to people? Sorry,
Yeah,
I didn't understand the question. Could you repeat,
yeah.
please?
How can you connect to your team, for example, if you were a manager and you want to connect to your team to have a good
Okay.
interaction between them. So what would you do?
For example, now I'm in a project. We have 6 people, and the project manager and 5 technical guys, and we have meetings, 2 3 meetings per week. And beside that, we have specific contact online. It's just a 100% online. And I'm 2 years in this kind of approach. It's work for us, you know. Everyone knows what need to do, and it's work. But we need to manage the tasks, you know. For example, I have tasks to do it. I think it's home office work to me, but we need to manage well the tasks, you know. That's it.
Okay. Uh, and what about personal things? We are a human being. We are not connected just for the job. We're connected for personal stuff. So, for example, in those meetings, do you usually talk about your personal life or something like that?
Yes, we talk about other subjects, not only technical or specific or the only the project, you know. We have fun during the meetings, you know. Uh, that's it. We have talking about the personal life. That's it because it is interesting because usually the guys it's only guys is in front of the computer programmer and not interacting with other people, no? Because of that, we have a problem to hide the professional. Okay, because technical skill it's easy to uh, learn, you know. We have a course and you can learn a technical skill, but software skill is more difficult to learn. Like you said, the communication, for example, no? We need to explain your project, you need to explain your programmer, you need to explain your task for a customer, your boss. That's it.
Great. And what about you, Elton? How do you think we can solve this problem?
Sorry, could you repeat?
How do you think we can solve this problem of connection between people in a team?
Well, yeah, it's a hard question, in my team, the Python developers in my company, we are in four. So when we started to work together, we played a lot some online games together, you know. It was cool because, we got more uh, a better connection because, we was at work, we was doing a fun thing, and we could make jokes, we could have a real connection, I think. And yeah, beside that, we back to the office once a week as well. It was good because, we could know better each other. And because sometimes when you don't have a reconnection, or you just have the work connection, you feel afraid to let the guy, I don't know, it's like, oh man, I have a question, but I don't know if the guy likes, that I do some questions for him. You don't know exactly the personality of the person, of your coworker. And sometimes I believe that it can be barrier, I don't know, barreira, when you need to ask for a support or something like that. So yeah, sometimes it can be a challenge.
Yeah, definitely. And I think one of the biggest problems is that it's pretty common people do not open their camera. So we are talking about our project or job, and we have no idea if people are paying attention.
Uh, yeah, I have participated in a project. The project in last one year, and nobody opened the camera, you know.
In my current position, the same. Sometimes you have more than 20 developers in a call, and anyone opens the camera.
It's a you know specific IT, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's real cultural. Where I work, we use it to open our camera. So it's strange when someone do not open, we feel like, is everything all right? One friend, one friend from work asked to me once if I close my camera if I do not feel well, because every day I'm look good. So it was one interesting thing. But I think it's something cultural from the company.
One more thing, I have a coworker that the picture how can I say that? His photo, it was a guy without beard, I think, you know. And when I met him for the first time, he was like a senior with a long beard, you know, and I couldn't realize it. I asked, oh man, your name is your name ta ta ta, you know? And yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, we have some problems with this. Uh, Everton, you have just 2 minutes to finish this conversation. Um, how can we solve this problem? How can we make a
No,
connection
I think
between?
we can't solve this problem because when you find a group, how Elton work in a group of for developer, for example, and they connected by a game or other thing. When you find a group that have the same ideas, the same it's not the way, but the same vibration that you, for example, is more easy because when our work finish, you can go together and you normally create a connection. But when you make a call with 20, 25 guys, is you can't create a connection with all the people. It's very difficult. I think we don't have solution for this. In some companies work well to get a little connections, but I think we can't solve this, uh, unfortunately. But is the really I think. You normally create the connection with the people who have the same vibration that you. And when you talk in the call, it's difficult to realize this, to discover this.
Yeah, before I finish this conversation, just remind you to answer this survey, please, guys. Okay. And one more thing, I think that connection is something really particular, and it doesn't happen at the moment. So, for example, I think that something that works well to me is have this first interaction here, for example. And when we go to the real life, I think that okay, I know that I know how to talk with Everton, Elton, and Felipe because we work in the same area. So we have things to talk about. We know how to talk about our career or daily routine. So I know that I have some interaction with you. But if I'm talking with you for the same time, for the first time, I don't know who you are. Obviously, I know who you are. I know your level, your role, but I do not talk with you. I don't know what do you exactly do. So maybe even in the real life, it doesn't work so well. So I think, okay, we can have this first contact here. We can start a connection, but I think it's just become real in a real life.
I agree with you. By the way, I believe that the most part of the first contact, I'm shy because of that. I don't know exactly how the personality.
Mhm.
And that's it, guys. Have a great weekend and see you next Friday, okay?
See you guys. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
See you all.
Bye,
Bye
guys. Thank
bye.
you.